All right, so I'm gonna open up my lab and mastering. I think I just have to do that here, and then I can share this to you guys. There we go. Okay, so when I sign into this, and then I'll go to our class, which is the blended. And for you guys, I believe it'll open right up. All right, so I'm gonna go. Oh, where's my U.S. student? All right, I don't know if it matters. All right, so we go to the homework. And for example, the only other homework you have this week is the geometry review for Unit 3. So if we click on that, you see up here in this top rightish corner, that little print icon? Where is it? That's not the way it is. Come on now. Do it the right way. Where is it? Well, shucks. What is it doing? Hold on. I guess I need to be clearer on this than I thought. There's that. Continue. Yeah. Volume and surface area. We click on that, and this lovely thing comes up. We stop it. We shouldn't print page. It should offer to print the assignment. Nope. Print page is off. What is this doing? All right, well, this is not going the way I wanted it to. Homework. Yeah, all of mine is past due. That's fine. Huh. All right, guys, I'm going to have to maybe post another video because you're supposed to be able to print these once you open the assignment. That's an option that I've had work before. But for whatever reason, it doesn't want to work here. Okay, so now I'm opening this assignment. Accessibility on screen. Oh, yeah, alrighty. Oh, there we are. It's under question help. Print homework assignment. There we are. Okay. There, now it's going to download all of the questions. I can hit print and save as PDF. And then I've already got a folder. So now my 6.5 is saved. All right. So once again, how do we get there? Once you go to your homework, find the assignment, 6.5 B and C. We're going to continue. We're going to do this guy. Got to do this guy. Got to do this guy. I think you have to click open all of the media. Then when you click on your first question, under question help, you can go to print. Print homework assignment. Print that sucker. I'm going to print it, save as PDF. If it doesn't save PDF, you can also save it to your Google Drive, whatever else you might have there. Save it, save. And now, should my lab go down, I at least have a listing of did that not share anything, guys? Or was it shared? Could you see you couldn't see the steps? Oh, geez, Louise. All right. Okay. Can you see the homework page? Okay, cool. Now, to print this particular assignment, you need to open a question, any question. Click on the question help and print. Can you see this? It gives you the option to print the question only or the homework assignment. Print the entire assignment. That should have opened a new page again. Are you seeing another new page or not? Okay, hold on one sec. Yep, that's what you're saying. Okay. Okay, on this, once it's loaded, you want to do question help and print. Then print homework assignment. Okay, that should get you. If not, it's recorded 3 other times in here, and I think we might have the whole screen done. So that should do her. Okay. Lord, can it be easy? Nope, nope, can't. It's not what we want right now. Easy is not what we want. All right. I need to open my documents. Alrighty. So let me see if I can share my screen so that we can see both. What I've opened up then is the review. And let me see if I can share that with you. Beautiful. That's not what I wanted. But let's see if we can get it. Nope, it's not going to do it, is it? Okay. So can you see the bonus review then? Okay. So this is going to be a little bit rough. I wonder how I can. I didn't think this through as well as I should have. Sorry, thank you for your patience. I'm just not well organized on this guy. Right. Image, PowerPoint, or PDF file, select to choose file. So I'm going to go here. It is the review on my lab. Okay. Let me see how this works. All right, so at this point, I put that file on a shared disk. In the lower right-hand corner, where you see that purple collaborate panel, do you see that sort of purple collaborate thing? In your lower right-hand corner. If you click on that and open it, and go to your shared files, you should see a copy of this file listed. Should say Geometry Review Unit 3. Are you all able to find it? All right, do you see the little purple tab in the lower right-hand corner? Yes. Yes. Okay. All right. Well, then I've just got to change my direction, I guess. All right. That's basically what we're gonna have to end up doing here. Okay, let's see if this shares. All right. Didn't work the way I wanted, but that's okay. We're still gonna make her work. I do need to see my file though. Okay. So, reviewing for your Unit 3 test, we are gonna have to take a look at, Unit 3. Unit 3 is geometry and measurement. So the first thing that we're going to look at is measurement. This is chapter 5 in your text and homework. And as we go through the review, some of the questions that come up. All right, question number 1. Convert 11 meters to centimeters. Now, keep in mind that you do have access to your formula sheet. So you will have your giga, mega, KH, unexpectedly drinking chocolate milk, right? So you will have the metric slide available to you. So to go from, sorry? Yeah. Yep. This review is available on my lab. I just have printed out a paper copy I've just downloaded a paper copy so that I could go through it without being on my lab. Because I did not know what was going to happen with my lab today. All right, so meters to centimeters. When you're converting meters to centimeters, your decimal place moves 2 places to the left. So 11 meters is the same as 1,100 centimeters. Meters to centimeters is 2 places to the left. That's how come I knew to take my current decimal point and move it 2 places to the left. All right, if 1 square mile is equal to 640 acres, determine if 1,547,860 acres is equal to how many square miles? The idea here is that we would use our unit conversion methods. 1,547,860 acres times our acres would go on the denominator, our square miles on the top, 640 over 1. And we would take the 1,547,860 and divide that by 640. To get 2,000? Yeah. 2,418.5 square miles. Questions on either of those first 2 problems? No? All right. Are we doing okay? I'm sorry? Sure. I can leave it up there. No problems at all. This one was actually right in the problem. Yes, you can use the formula sheet from class with this and any of the conversions that are available on that formula sheet. You are free to use. My one caution for the test would be that while I am not there to say whether or not your Google choices, right? I mean, if I'm flat out honest, you can say, "Hey Google, right? How many acres or how many square miles in 1,547,860 acres?" You can ask Siri, you can ask Google, they'll tell you. But the problem with Google and Siri is that the program MyLab has altered the numbers slightly so that your answer, if you're using the facts you were given, should be slightly different than what Google will tell you. Now, yeah, so that you have to understand the process not just be able to ask Siri or Google for the answers. Uh-huh. Correct. Correct. That is exactly what you would do. Yes. You always want to keep them so that they would cancel top and bottom. All right. Okay. So number 3, for me, there's a swimming pool with a volume of 41,031 cubic feet. And then it says how many gallons does the pool hold? Now over here on the right side, I've got a big old table. And it tells me stuff like 2 pints is equal to 1 quart. And below that, it's got 4 quarts in 1 gallon. And below that, we've got 1 gallon is 128 ounces. We've got 1 cup is 8 ounces. And then below that, it says 1 cubic yard is about 200 gallons. 1 cubic foot is about 7.48 gallons. And then it's got 231 cubic inches is about 1 gallon. So it's essentially asking me, which one of these do I need to solve my particular problem? I've got cubic feet. That's what I was given. In this particular problem, only this row mentions cubic feet. And it converts cubic feet to gallons, which is what my question was. How many gallons does the pool hold? So I'm going to put 1 cubic foot over or under 7.48 gallons. And then this would be 41,031 times 7.48, or 306911.88 pounds. All right? Question. I can. Okay, thank you. All right, so there are probably about 4 more questions like this, just practicing with the measurements and getting those done okay. I'm not going to go through all of them because I do want to spend some time on the geometry stuff. And I'm afraid if we spend another 20 minutes on the measurements, we're gonna regret it when it comes time to do some of the geometry, right? So I'm gonna jump to the geometry and see what we can do there. All right. Where are we? Okay, so problem number 8. My problem number 8 says to find the measure of the complement and the supplement of 71 degrees. So my question to you is, what do you remember about the complement and the supplement? Yes, good. The supplement is the rest of the way to 180. The complement would be the rest of the way to 90. So to find the complement, we would do 90 minus 71, or 19 degrees. The supplement would be 180 minus 71, excuse me, or 109 degrees. Questions? Thanks, Stacy. All right, number 9 gives us a diagram. Tells you that these 2 lines are parallel to each other. And then asks you to find the measure of each angle. So what do we got? Yeah, I can do 180 minus 63 But that'll give me those two together, not separately, right? So it might be helpful, but right? Angle 3 would be 63. Nope. Would angle 1 be 60? Well, okay, let's back that up just a bit. If this angle is 60 here, this angle here has to be, yeah, so even though I don't need it, I'm going to put that one in there because it may get me to what I need. If this angle is 60, wouldn't this angle have to be 60? These two are called alternate interior angles, so this one would have to be 60. Now, if this one is 60, now I can see angle 1 is 60 degrees. All right, let's try the same thing with this angle. This angle is 63. So its vertical angle, which is over here, also has to be 63, right? That whole bow tie effect we got going on. And if this one is 63, well, that's not, nope, that's not going to work. But hey, this one's 60 and this one's 63. What do the three angles of the triangle have to add up to be? So if I take 180 minus 60 minus 63, that gives me this angle is 57. And if this angle is 57, then angle 2 is 57. Oh, that's another alternate interior. You see how it makes that Z shape when I trace them out? That's another alternate interior. But now the only one I have to find is angle 3. Because it has to be 180 minus the 57. So for angle 1, we got 60 degrees. For angle 2, we got 57 degrees. And for angle 3, we got 123 degrees. Right? You got everything you need from that one? You got it written down okay? All right. Okay, number 10. I've got 22 inches here. What's that say? 11 inches here. 26 inches there. 16 there. 13 inches here, and X there. All right. So problem number 10 is, your numbers may not be the same as mine, but I have two triangles here, and they ask, why are the triangles similar? If we were going to classify these, they would be scalene. That's triangles that don't have same side lengths. Unfortunately, that's not what this is asking. This one is asking, why are these triangles similar? Now, similar means that they have to be the same shape, but not the same size. In other words, one triangle is either grown or shrunk from the other. So this triangle has sides of 22, 16, and 26. It's the same shape as this triangle. It's just that the second triangle, we've shrunk it down. Okay? These two triangles have to be similar. That is the same shape, but not the same size, because their angle measurements are all paired up. This mark here with this mark here means these two angles are the same measurement. This mark and this mark are the same, meaning those two angles are the same measurement. And then the third pair of angles are also the same. So these two triangles have to be the same, or they have to be similar, because their corresponding angles, or their angle pairs, angles are equally paired. Sometimes those are called corresponding angles, and those corresponding angles are of equal measure. When this happens, we can find the value of x by using proportions. That is, sorry, that went off screen. 22 goes with 11. Just like because I need the x, I'm going to do 16 goes with x. This gives us a proportion of 22 over 11 is equal to 16 over x. Now I can cross multiply. 22x is 176. Dividing that by 22, I get 8. Questions on that one? All right. All righty. Problem number 11 asks you to use Pythagorean theorem to find the length of the missing side. So how would we set this up? Using Pythagorean theorem. Somebody went away. Pythagorean theorem is always a squared plus b squared equals c squared. It would be the b, which I have to square. Yep. So a squared, don't know what that is. 20 squared is 400. 25 squared. So now to get the a squared alone, I'm going to subtract 400 from both sides. So I have a squared is 225. And now I need to take the square root on both sides. Square root of a squared is a. Square root of 225 is yes, sir. Square root of 225 is 15, and this would be centimeters as it is just a length. Questions on Pythagorean theorem? You're good with that one, huh, Stacy? Okay. All right, Emma, you doing all right? Okay. All right, Jaden, you still doing okay too? Okay. All righty then. Number 12 is just a second problem of Pythagorean theorem. So I'm going to leave that one for you, and I'm going to jump to a word problem with Pythagorean theorem. That is problem number 13. Problem number 13 says to use similar triangles. To solve. Well, I guess we won't be using Pythagoras' theorem because it says to use similar triangles to solve. All right, so number 13 has given us a very tall tree. And then it's given us a stick person. And it's used this to create, yeah, you know it, cool. So from the top of the tree through the person, we're going to get a shadow. And that's going to give us two different triangles. This person is 6 feet tall. They are standing 169 feet in front of said tree, and it's another 13 feet to the end of the combined shed. They want us to find the height of the tree. My question to you is, do you see two triangles? Yeah, can you see two triangles? Yeah, there's actually two triangles here. There's the little triangle with the stick man, right? Like that, where this is a 6 and that's a 13. And then there's the larger triangle with the tree, where this whole thing is H, and this is 169 plus 13. So I can use my similar triangles. Six goes with, so 6 on this blue triangle goes with H on the big one. Just like 13 on the little one goes with 169 plus 13, or 182. And that's what I can use to set up my proportion. 6 over H is 13 over 182. That's 1092 divided by 13. And I get H is 84 feet. Questions on that one? Could be. Okay. All right. Good. All right. 14. You might like this one, Cole. Actually, it's slow pitch, but right idea, right? So here we've got a slow pitch softball diamond, and it's actually a square with 62 feet on a side. How far is it from home to second base? So we're trying to find the distance from home plate all the way to second base. That's what we want to find. What they're asking you to see is that what we've really got here is a right triangle, with each side being 62 feet and the distance from second base to home plate being unknown. So that what we would do here is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, where a and b are both 62. So I've got 7688 as c squared. And then we would need to take the square root of both sides. Yep. Or 87.68 feet. Good. Lexi, are you back on okay? Okay. Good. All right. Okay. This moves us into some of the perimeter and area stuff. So perimeter, area, and volume are the three topics that we have left. I'm going to start with a perimeter problem, and we'll see how we go from there. This is number 17. They've given us a bit of an odd figure. We know everything is right angles. That's helpful because it keeps us with squares and rectangles. We know we have 7 feet across, and that first drop is 7 feet. We know across this way is 13 feet. And we know this drop down is 10 feet. And it asks us to find the perimeter. Now, part of the problem with this particular one is that in order to find the perimeter, we have to be able to go all the way around the shape. And while I know 7 here and 7 there, excuse me, and I know 13 across there, and then I have a drop of 10, I don't know how long that is. Does anybody have a good explanation for how long this missing side is? You could in this. You wouldn't, this isn't area, so we wouldn't then do it the same way, but you could use that. No, it's not going to be exactly the same. Perimeter is just all the way around the outside. So we just have to figure out, we've got a 7 and a 7 and a 13 and a 10. So we've got to figure out this length, and then we're going to have to come around and figure out that length too. I know from here to here is 7. It's got to be the same there. So that's got to be 7. And then from here to here is got to be the same as it was up top. So that then 7 plus the 13 is indeed 20. Thank you, Emma. And what about going from the bottom to the top? It would be. I know that as I come over from here to here, has to be the same as it was on the other side, which is 10. And then from there to the top has to be the same as the drop initially, which was 7. So that gives us a 17 there. So I've got a, yes, yes. Okay. So that's when I add all this up, that should give me a 74 feet, I believe. problem number 18 says you have one side of a square flower bed and it's 5 feet long. If we're going to put plants every 5 inches around that exterior around the border, how many flowers will you need? Yeah, I think the hard part about this one is that we're talking feet and we're talking inches, right? So we've literally got to figure out that if this is 5 feet, this side, that's going to be the same as 60 inches. Right? Because we need the plants are spread every 5 inches. So if we take our 60 inches and divide it by 5, for one plant every 5 inches, that's going to give us 12 plants. And 12 plants to a side, and we have 4 sides. Yep. Yeah, we've got to get them in order to do this, probably had to convert it to the same units. And if you didn't catch those same units, it just was not going to work as well. I mean, you could have gotten there eventually, but. All right. We got like 20 minutes left, and that's it. All right. Okay, let's jump to someone. Okay, 20 says to find the area of the figure. And this is your shape. They do tell you that this center part is a square with a side length of 8 inches. I believe we did one like this in the notes. But just to review it. So the area of this figure is the area of the square plus the area of 2 full circles. Keeping in mind that if I put this half circle together with this half circle, I would have 1 full circle. And if I put the top half circle together with the bottom half circle, I would have a second full circle. Now, the area of the square can be found by taking a side length and squaring it. The area of a circle is pi times the radius squared, and I have 2 of them. What is the side length of my square? It's given down here is 8, so this would be 8 squared. That's a 64. 2 times pi times, what is the radius going to be? Not of the square. The square wouldn't have a radius. The circle would, though. Yep. The radius would be 4. So now if I'm going to do this, 4 squared is 16 times 2 is 32 pi. So 64 plus 32 pi inches squared is my exact answer. Remember, for the exact answer, you don't multiply through by pi. You just leave it as 64 plus 32 pi. If I have to round this to the nearest tenth, which is I believe what it is, we're going to do 64 plus 32 times, you either want to use the pi button on your calculator, which in mine it's right there, or you want to do 3.14159. Do not just use 3.14 if they tell you to use your pi button. This is 164.5 inches squared. Nope, don't use 3.14. Okay, well, it's not always going to be the same. The rounding error is sometimes wrong. So you're better off using 3.14159, just putting those extra digits on the end there in order to maintain okay, just be careful because it doesn't always work out that way. Okay, especially if it says to use your pi button and you're off by, you're off by 0.2. So it's supposed to be 0.1 and you've got 0.3 and there's just no way to catch it. So just watch for it. If it keeps coming up wrong, it's likely that was the problem. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. There was that one. Did that. I think we might be okay here. Okay. 23. Find the volume. And so basically, they give you a pyramid. They give you 6 meters, 8 meters, and they tell you that H is 15 meters. And we did some of these last Thursday. I did double check and make sure that any composite volumes were eliminated from the test. So it'll just be, can you identify the figure and apply the correct formula? Do you know which figure this is? What's this guy called with the pointy? This is a pyramid. And if you're asked to find the volume for a pyramid is 1/3 the length times the width times the height. It is. She had you write them all out? Oh, yeah. Yep. And they are on the formula sheet for you. You will have to identify them. You will have to match them with the right shape, but you're given a list of the different formulas. So for this guy, this could be your length, this could be your width, this is your height because it says h equals. So our volume is 1/3 times 6 times 8 times 15. And I get a 240. And this will be meters cubed. Volume is always cubed. All right. This is another three-dimensional shape. Can you identify this particular three-dimensional shape? It's a little bit harder. Some of them, because they're flat, it's hard, but it looks like a circle, right?
It's a sphere.
Yeah, a circle in 3 dimensions is called a sphere. A ball, a globe. The volume of a sphere is 4/3 times pi times a radius cubed. So the only thing you need to identify here is your radius. And for this particular sphere, our radius is given as 6. So I'm going to work with just the numbers first. And using my calculator, I'm going to do 4/3 times 6 cubed. That gives me a 288 pi. That would be feet cubed. This again is our exact answer. You see how it's got pi in it? That's going to give you the exact answer. if I have to round it to the nearest anything, I'm going to do 288 times using the pi button on my calculator. And I get 904.8 feet cubed. And that's my answer to the nearest 10. Do you see, Lexi, how if I had used 3.14, I come up with 904.3? And that's going to be off. They're going to mark that wrong. But if I do 288 times 3.14159, I get 904.77 or 904.8 again. Okay. I was not able to go through every part of the review, but I feel like I tried to do a pretty good job getting most of it. Are there any specific questions you have for me yet? Okay. Lexi, anything from you? Okay. Emma? And Jaden? Okay. So the way that this will work is your Unit 3 test is due Friday at midnight by 11:59. Okay? We do not meet on Thursday. My feeling is take the time from Thursday, schedule yourself to take the test. So rather than meeting in a formal online Collaborate class on Thursday, my expectation is you take Thursday's class time to test. Does that sound like a reasonable way to take up that time? Okay. Okay. I can pop on in the beginning for any last minute questions if you'd like. But I would not expect anybody to necessarily show up. So I'll plan on being here at 5:20 for about 15, 20 minutes. And if nobody pops on, I'll just close her down and assume everybody's testing okay. Just in case there's emergency questions. All right? Okay, guys, I wish you all the best. Let me know if you run into any issues. Thank you. Thank you for your patience. Guys, have a good night. Bye-bye.